Super Dave here with another Super Dave review. This is a Super Dave special review. Super Dave here with another special review. This time we're taking a look at a loose collector, the Crypt Bigfoot. And they have a whole line of cool, mythical beast type figures, from Yeti to like an abominable snowman kind of guy. I forget all their names, but there's like 4 of them, I think. And this is the one I was interested in. This pose alone sold me. And then I watched some reviews too. Got this at Big Bad Toy Store. Bigfoot. And he's got big feet, big hands, big everything. He is just cool looking. And so I wanted to check him out. There's another product shot of him on the side there. Then there is a little write-up about Bigfoot. If you'd like to pause and read that, you certainly can. And just look at those shots. There's the other 2. And I think there's a variation too. So I want to say there's 4, but maybe there's just 3. But anyway, these are awesome. And like I said, this is the one that I was interested in, the actual Bigfoot, because I felt like that I could put this in with my Masterverse figures and just have a lot of fun with it. And Masterverse, or now Chronicles, or, you know, classics. But I didn't make it a, you know, figures accessories play set that works with Motu, because this is kind of a standalone lore in and of itself. And I know I've done others to do that anyway, but this is so recognizable. Bigfoot, you know, Sasquatch. It's so recognizable that I just felt like it deemed the category of a special review. So here we go, but we are going to check him out alongside of some Masterverse stuff over here in Eternia. Let's check him out. And here we are in Eternia, getting ready to take a look at Sasquatch, the Bigfoot himself. You didn't know if he existed. Well, here is proof. Here is photo and video proof of Sasquatch. Let's take a look at his accessories. And our Bigfoot comes with 3 sets of hands. He comes equipped out of a package with these relaxed hands, so detailed, so furry, so cool with the shading, the wrinkles in the knuckles, even some really impressive fingernail displays in both of these relaxed hands. And I just like that because that's perfect for this classic pose, this classic Bigfoot pose. And then you have balled up fisted hands so that he can wallop a big punch on somebody. And then he's got some grappling, like attack formation type hands. I'm looking at it because, I mean, just look at them. The claws are out. Everything is spread open, his fingers and everything. And they just look really cool. Let me show you the back of them as well. They're so impressive that I think it's worth showing the back of the hands. You see the fur comes out, and then the detail again of the bone structure, and then there's the back of the fisted one as well. So just looks really impressive. So cool. He comes with 2 head sculpts. He comes with this more relaxed, calm, I'm just walking through the woods, evading any photos or videos kind of face. And then you have your angry face. This is a Sasquatch that have definitely been angered. He is he is definitely not happy right here. He is in attack mode, and you can see his teeth, the tongue back in there, all the way back almost into his tonsils. I mean, it's just impressive. His nostrils are flared. His eyes are different looking as well. Just very impressive looking. Now, I would have personally liked, and I'm just big on like movable jaws, especially with a figure this big. It would have been cool to have gotten a 3rd head sculpt, because I like these, and I don't know that they could have executed a open jaw here on this this form of the mouth or on this one. But if they had given us a third head sculpt where you could move the jaw, that would have just been icing on the cake for me. I think that would have just been so cool. But anyway, I'm not complaining. I think this guy looks really good. He does not disappoint. He looks excellent, stellar. I just love the way he looks all the way around, and we'll take a full look at him across the board here in just a minute as we get ready to look at our Bigfoot and his articulation. All right, bringing our Bigfoot. Boy, is he not heavy. I'm telling you, he is a monster for sure. And he's just really cool looking. And I want to just show you kind of straightening him up here. I mean, there's just so much to work with here. I'm just very impressed with him. I want to go ahead and pop off this head so that I can show you that there are layers here. See, there's like a top layer and then a second layer that has like the back hair and the shoulder hair and part of the chest hair. You can see those pectorals underneath there rippling. Just really, really interesting here all the way around. And I want to show you kind of the size of the arms here. See the back, the shading, everything just looks really nice and harmonious throughout this figure. I tell you, he's just, for a guy this big, he's near perfect. Head pops on really good. All right, so he's going to be able to look up about that much. He's going to be able to look down only until his beard hits his chest there. So not a whole lot, but it's enough to, I think, gaze down at his adversaries, right? He just looks so cool. I love this head. Let's see. He's going to be able to get a little bit of head pivot, like, what is this? And so, yeah, he's going to get plenty of motion. He'll be able to look side to side. And see, it has a big ball joint. So it's going to move down in here to get some of that pivot, but also on the ball joint itself. So you're going to be able to get a pretty good range. See what I mean? Goes from that side to that side pretty good. And then still get some motion even once you shift it. Like shift it over here on this side of the neck, so to speak. I mean, he just, yeah, cool. That's kind of what I picture his voice being anyway. Now, his arms are definitely going to get full 360. Just look at these big joints. They're not too shiny either, which I like. He's going to be able to get, wow, I mean, just better than a T-pose, right there at it. Really good. Everything's tight and flows really nicely. He has bicep swivel. Just take a look at that. It's like handling a huge, like 12-inch 1/6 scale figure, but it's not. This is 1/12 scale, but he's just big. Then he's got double jointed elbows, which I think are well executed here. He gets pretty much just slightly more than 90 degrees, it looks like, because that would be 90 right there. So yeah, slightly better than 90 degrees, which is really good. And then he's got a ball joint at his wrist. So you're going to be able to get in whatever direction you need. Just take a look at that humongous ball joint. And while we're doing that, we'll go ahead and equip a fist right now. And it pops on really good. It doesn't get super range because the hair right here he kind of hits the hair. That's as far back as it's going to go right there. And that's as far forward as it's going to go. So you're not getting a huge amount of range with that ball joint simply because there's a cascade of hair, stiff plastic hair that goes all the way around, which I like the fact that it covers the ball joint. I mean, it looks so fluid and so seamless, except for here, and that really don't even stand out too bad to me when I'm looking at it. It's like if he's rearing out to punch. So it's looking, just look at the details there again. But yeah, it looks really good. So I'm loving that flexibility here. And of course, this side gets the same amount. I will show you, since that this is vertical hinged because of the way they've got it directed. He's going to go down about that much with that vertical hinge, then up that much. So again, not a lot of range because of the hair, but still it looks good. I think you get enough of what you need. Then you've got a big diaphragm joint here. He's going to be able to crunch forward like that. Sasquatch, they don't seem to be known for their posture. He's going to be able to bend back a really good amount. Look at that. And I like the fact that it's covered. There's no gappage. It covers everything. And boy, he goes back a good amount, because if I have his legs straight, yeah, he's going back pretty good. And so crunching forward, show it again, and crunching back. Wow, good range. And then, of course, he's also going to be able to go side to side a really good amount. He really goes side to side good. So you get the full hula hoop, even though it's hard to do it because he's so big and tight. But yes, really awesome. Then he's got kind of a ball joint underneath this floating diaper piece, so to speak, the fur right here around his pelvis. So if you add that, he's definitely going to crunch a good amount forward. And if you add that for the back, he's definitely going to bend back really good. And that's also going to shift a little bit. It's not going to turn, but it shifts. But it will turn at the waist. He will turn at the waist. That's where you're getting your swivel, is at that ball joint at the waist. And it's really tight, so be careful with it. It feels kind of loose. Okay. I don't mean loose as in turning, but it's tight enough that I was afraid that if I tried to turn it too much, it might pop that joint. I don't know how big it is. If it's anything like these, they're pretty good size, but I can't see it, so I can't tell. It looks like it's a pretty good size. Yeah, I can see it up there. It's pretty good size, so I just making sure, because it's so tight, I don't want to, pop something loose. Now, the thigh rotates independently because this goes down into the thigh, so it rotates fine independently there. He's going to be able to kick up a really good amount. He's going to be able to get a good stride, going back really good. He's going to be able to get full splits, of course. And then, of course, he has really nice double jointed knees. So let's see what they will do. Really good there. See how far back it goes. Oh, yeah. He'll kick his lower back area. So very well done there. And it looks like this may just be coverage. Yeah, I think this is just hair coverage right here. A hair piece that's covering down here. So he doesn't have a boot cut, but he does have, like I said, the ability up here to turn at the thigh. So that's really all we need, because we don't need to turn there. But let's take a look at his feet. They go about that far down, not quite tiptoes, but far enough. And they go up until they hit this fur piece that's kind of glued around here. So it goes up a decent amount. So he's on his heel basically there. And then he's got a toe hinge, which in this case, for a guy this big, just like you saw me having him posed back there like that, it really comes in handy to balance him. This does a good job. And I was about to forget to show you that he does have some rockers. And they get pretty good range, even with that hair around it, as you can see. He does not have a peg hole in the bottom, but with these really good foundational feet, you don't really need it. But yeah, he does have rockers. Cool. Rawr. So that's his articulation. Excellent articulation. But let's go ahead and check the other head while we're here. All right, there's his other head sculpt, and also equipped one of these attack type gesturing. I don't know, his claws are out. He's ready to attack you. Type hands over here. But really, I'm expecting the same articulation, because even though his mouth is open, it doesn't take any more room. I looked at it side by side, and I'll go ahead and show it to you as well. Side by side, this head, it doesn't take up any more room, even though the mouth is closed here and it's open here. Somehow or another, they utilize the space so that the circumference, or I should say maybe even the length, has not been added too much. So he's still, well, let me show you looking up first. He's still going to look up a great amount. You could always kind of bring that out like that a little bit. He looks up a good amount, and he still looks looks down a good amount. Really good. Still going to shift in any direction and get head pivot. He just looks menacing there. Really good. So if you want your Sasquatch, your Bigfoot, to look really mad, you can do it. He can do a tack pose easily. And he's got a firm foundation. He's going to be able to stand good. So yeah, this guy is amazing from top to bottom. From top to bottom, he's just looking cool. He looks so good. He shifts and turns and poses. I mean, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I give this guy a 10 out of 10. That's right. This bad boy gets a 10 out of 10. That's right. Bravo. Yes, he is that good. And I think he is basically as perfect as an action figure can get, especially on this scale. I love the way he looks, and he is fun. Now let's do some comparisons. He's got He-Man here. Oh man, what is He-Man gonna do? Good gracious. He can grab him very easily around the waist with that big hand, rearing back that big fist. What is He-Man going to do? Look at him with that menacing face glaring into He-Man's eyes there. Oh man, He-Man is in trouble. Just take a look at that. And first in our comparisons, we have Casus. And he is looking so cool, but alongside of Bigfoot. They're about tit for tat in height, but definitely notice that his hands are tiny and his hooves are tiny next to Bigfoot, of course. And he could be called Big Hands too, because he's got massive hands. But yeah, they're not that far off. And see, I like this head because, again, like I was saying earlier about the Bigfoot, I would have loved it if they had made a head where you could close and open the mouth, you know, even showing some of the teeth. I love that about this Casus. And in my Motu universe, I have Casus as an ally to He-Man. As far as Bigfoot, the way I'm planning on kind of working him in my Masterverse, my Motu universe, is I'm thinking that he's going to be just an independent. He's not going to be an ally to Skeletor, of course. He may kind of be almost like, you know, Granomir, where he, you know, has kind of a love-hate relationship with humans and may like He-Man or help him, like, or maybe He-Man helps him in a sense, and they become tolerable allies. But I don't think, you know, I'm going to make Bigfoot a good guy or bad guy. He's just going to be elusive and on his own there. Now, another loose collectible figure is this Hyde, Jekyll and Hyde. This is Hyde, but from the Crypt also. But here's the thing, I turned mine into Savage He-Man. That was the best work I could do on his face. I really need a Savage He-Man head in this scale to help me out with this, but this is my attempt at a Savage He-Man head sculpt to go on this Hyde. But anyway, you can see that, you know, this dude is massive because he's bent over. I mean, his arms are definitely in scale with this guy's, you know, muscles and stuff, and the abs and the legs, even the feet. Of course, I think Bigfoot still has him on feet. They would be in the same scale, but he's just hunched over, bent over because of the way he's designed. Those humongous, I mean, just take a look at those neck muscles and those back muscles coming up over top. I mean, that is just, you know, the deltoids and the trap muscles are just enormous, exaggerated here, and the veins and everything. He's so cool looking as far as a Savage He-Man, in my opinion. But here, this guy is, just, in my opinion, even comparing company to company, this same company that made both these, this is a better done figure in his feel, the quality of plastic, the execution of the way they did the articulation. Even though I love this dude here, this Hyde figure, I just feel like they knocked it out of the park with this Bigfoot. So I'm assuming that the others in this line, like Yeti and the Abominable type looking dude, I think they're probably all going to be probably in this same level of quality if I had to guess. But I am loving this Bigfoot. He's cool. And here he is alongside of a couple of my Marvel Legends bears. Here is the Build-A-Bear bear, and then here is the one that we just got recently that was part of the line, and he was already put together. And loving these guys. He came with all those gold bars, remember, and everything, but he's just so cool, and he's got articulated jaw, whereas this one did not. But yeah, just see just how big this Bigfoot is, even next to these pretty good large size Build-A-Figure pieces here. Amazing. And here is our Marvel Legends Dragon Man that was an exclusive from the HasLabs website with his little glasses. I think he's so cool, and he's definitely nowhere near the caliber of figure, but yet at a similar price point. I'm going to go into Anthony's Customs territory here and say that's a shame and disgrace. You know, he doesn't use that term, but I'm just saying to criticize Hasbro, because here you have a figure that was about at the same price point, but is so shiny and very little paint apps. You know, just not a whole lot to go on. But he did have articulated jaw, so that's cool. And then you have our Storm Collectibles Motaro from Mortal Kombat. And Storm Collectibles always does an excellent job. So you see how they measure up. I mean, Bigfoot's bigger than both of these guys in sense of height for the most part. But, you know, Dragon Man is giving him a run for his money, because I do have his head kind of bent forward a little bit. If I had it standing up, he'd probably be just a tad taller than Dragon Man, but I've got Dragon Man sitting up all the way too, really as tall as I could get him, turn and look like he's talking to these two guys. But man, this guy is so easy to pose and so easy to stand up. Those big feet, he just does excellent. You could get him any pose you'd want him to, and I've not had any problems. He's just fun to pose around and enjoyable in every way. I'm excited about putting him alongside of my He-Man stuff. So let's go ahead and look. You know, I could look at some other big fellas, but I think I want to go ahead and look at some of the smaller fellas alongside this guy. Look at our Barbarians, look at He-Man, look at our Masterverse stuff, see how he looks alongside Bigfoot here. And here's Bigfoot alongside of our Masters of the Universe Revolution He-Man with a Hordak MX head sculpt, and then our Masterverse Revelation Man-at-Arms with just the regular head sculpt. And you can see just how big this dude is next to the Masterverse figures. Wow. But I think they fit in good together. I mean, you know, if you wanted to play along with have a storyline that had a Sasquatch, a Bigfoot showing up in the, you know, the enchanted forest of Eternia, or, you know, part of the storyline, or somewhere in some far off land, or even another dimension, you could do it. And Sasquatch here, our Bigfoot, could definitely pull it off with these figures, in my opinion. And since we're on the topic of Masterverse, do you think that Mossman knew about Sasquatch all along? Or maybe they're even distant relatives? I mean, they even kind of favor each other here, as far as the Masterverse New Eternia iteration of Mossman, right? Definitely smaller, but yeah, they could definitely be allies. They could definitely speak the same language, because if you want to talk about being obscure, yeah, I think Mossman is right up there with Bigfoot. He blends in and tries to stay out of sight. And then here's Buzz-Off's like, well, I can see him. I can see him just fine. But I'm not stinging him. He's bigger than me. All right. Okay. And here's our Bigfoot next to some of our other barbarian type action figures. Here is Frazetta Girl's The Norseman with a custom head that I put on him, and he is looking good next to this big fella. And then there's Who-Man by Savage Crucible, and then Heroic Signatures Conan. We're getting tons of Conans, and I'm loving it. This is one of my favorites. The Frazetta Girl one is my favorite, I think, overall, but this one ranks up there. Just like the way he looks, especially his face sculpt and his posability and his overall look and his accessories, like that bloody axe there he's got. But yeah, just take a look at these guys alongside of them, and you could definitely have some of your barbarians go on the hunt for a Bigfoot. And here is our Bigfoot alongside of our Chronicles movie figures. Here is our Man-at-Arms from the movie. There is our He-Man from the movie. There is our Fisto from the movie, and even Ram Man from the movie. And they're just all astounded by Bigfoot. You can see just how they are so small compared to this Bigfoot. He definitely towers over them here, but that's cool. Go ahead and show you what he looks like here alongside He-Man here. Because they were discussing stuff over here, trying to decide if he's ally or foe. But like I said, in my Masterverse, or my universe, Motu universe, I'm going to pretend that he's just kind of a neutral fella. He keeps to himself, but if he's in need, yeah, they could pair up. And finally, here's our loose collectibles Bigfoot next to our new Mundo 1/12 scale 2000X He-Man. I do have a Classics 2000X Classics head on him because I just think that looks really good. I like the Mundo heads too, but I really like this head on there, and it matches so well. And then here is a Mythic Legion Warrior Woman. Nessif, I forget her name now, but she's cool. She's one of the muscle mommies here, but looking so cool next to this awesome Bigfoot. So you could definitely pair up just about any of your barbarians or any of your figures in general with this guy. You could even have your G.I. Joes, you know, come after Bigfoot if you needed to, or maybe Cobra's trying to come after him to brainwash him to use him to defeat G.I. Joe, and G.I. Joe saves him. Maybe you could do that. But Mythic Legions, Savage Crucible, Masterverse, Classics, Mundo He-Man here, 2000X, any of these guys, Conan's, you could just pair them all up with this guy and have a lot of fun. And thank you so much for joining us for this Super Dave special review, as we have taken a look at this outstanding figure by Loose Collector, the Crypt Bigfoot. He is so awesome, and we've already determined he's going to go along with just about anybody's collection. He's also just awesome in and of himself, or for his own lore. He is just so fun, and I'm tickled to have him a part of the collection. I think they're still in stock at Big Bad Toy Store. I'm not 100% sure, but you can find him, I'm sure, and he is awesome. Support these third-party lines. They are just really making some awesome action figures in this era. Just a great time to be a collector, right? Be blessed. Have a wonderful day, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time. Here's some photos in the photo gallery.